Rankings, rankings, and more rankings. As fans, we're obsessed with them, whether it's college football rankings, basketball rankings, or even player rankings. We can't get enough of them, and it's for very good reason. Not only is it very interesting to talk about, it makes for a great debate with all of your friends. You can go on and on about them, and in today's video, we're going to talk a little bit about the high school basketball rankings and what players are actually overrated. What's good, boys? You already know, if we make this shot, you gotta leave a like on the video. Hold up. Dang, bruh. Alright, hold on. $2 for $1. Let me try a frontwards one. Well, either way, a like would be much appreciated. The top 10 most overrated players in high school basketball. Let's do this. Coming in at number 10 on our list, we have a 5'10", 175-pound point guard. He's in the class of 2021, and he goes by the name of Zion Harmon. Zion is currently rated as an 85 overall 4-star recruit on ESPN, and ranked the 49th best player in his class, which all in all isn't too crazy high, but I think it's too high for him, and here's why. Yes, he's a great basketball player, and every player on this list is going to be a good basketball player, but that can still be overrated. He's proved that he can score the ball and be a very solid point guard, but the problem is he's only 5'10". To go along with that, he's not crazy athletic either like most small point guards. I would say he's just a normal and good point guard. He doesn't do anything crazy that stands out to you like most players in the ESPN rankings. With that being said, I'm not the only person who thinks that because he doesn't really have that many offers either, which is also strange. And most of the schools that did offer him made it clear that he's not going to play right away, so that's why he wound up deciding to go to Western Kentucky. I'm not throwing any shade towards them. All I'm gonna say is you don't see too many top 50 ranked recruits going to Western Kentucky, let's be honest. I think that speaks for itself. Once again, he's a good player, but just a little too high in the rankings in my opinion. And for those reasons, this is why he comes in at number 10 on our list. Coming in at number 9 on our list, we have a 6'4" point guard weighing 185 pounds. He's in the class of 2022, and he goes by the name of Amari Bailey. Amari's a really good point guard, and he's gotten a lot of hype, but it's almost too much. I think a main reason for that is because he's in the spotlight in California, and that's why he gets most of his attention. All around, he's a dynamic scorer, but he's not even a good shooter just yet. And for him to be ranked high as number 3 in the country and to not be an all-around solid player just yet, I think that's a little bit too high. I think ranking him at more like 7 or 8 fits him best. When you're talking about the top 4 to 5 players in the country, there's not a flaw in their game, or there really shouldn't be. One of his bigger flaws is that he does get tunnel vision, and when he makes up his mind that he's going to shoot the ball, he doesn't even look to pass. When it's all said and done, he's going to be one of the most sought after recruits, especially with being a left-hander, but in my opinion, he's not as great as what some people make him out to be, and that's why he comes in at number 9 on our list. Coming in at number 8 on our list, we have a 6'8", 200-pound small forward. He's ranked as a 95 overall on ESPN. We got Caleb Houston. Caleb's ranked as the 7th best overall player in the country, but he doesn't put the numbers up like a top 10 player should be doing. I guess you can make the argument and say because he plays for Montverde Academy, he has to share the load, but I think he could be doing some more. When I think of or hear about a top 10 or top 15 player, I immediately think of a scorer, or at least someone who's making a big impact. Of course, he can score the ball, that's not what I'm saying, but it doesn't stand out at you. Maybe we can't see it just yet because he hasn't made a crazy impact for Montverde because there's so many other good players, but hopefully he'll do that at Michigan because that's where he signed to play. I think a big part why he's not really producing just yet is because he doesn't really know what his best part of his game is. Is he a slasher? Is he a shooter? Is he more of a post player? I don't even think he knows the answer to that question just yet. There's no need to worry. I'm sure at Michigan he'll get right, but he's just ranked too high right now. And for those reasons, this is why he comes in at number 8 on our list. Coming in at number 7 on our list, we have a player who just made a huge jump in the rankings. He listed at 6'9". He's a power forward. He goes by no other than Matt Booby. For Matt, he's an interesting player to say the least. He's a 5-star recruit ranked as the 3rd best overall player in the class of 2023, and he's a dominant force in the paint. With being listed at 6'9", 200 pounds, I think we can all agree he's an absolute unit down low. But however, with that being said, there's a big downside to his game, and that downside is that he's not really the most athletic center slash power forward out there. He's not your modern day power forward that NBA teams are looking for, like a Anthony Davis who can step out and hit the 3-ball. I would compare more to an old school power forward, and that's not really a bad thing, but it's not a good thing either. There's not too much to say about him. He's a great player, but his game is really one-dimensional, and I think that hurts him. Like I said, if you're ranked in the top 5, your game has to be all around solid, and I don't see that with him being ranked number 3. For those reasons, this is why I got him at number 7 on our list. Coming in at number 6 on our list, we have another player in the class of 2023. He's a center, but he's only 6'8" and 220 pounds. We have Jalen Lewis. Jalen has a 96 overall grade on ESPN and is ranked the 2nd best player in his class. Here's one of my big problems with that though. Like I said, he's 6'8" and he's listed as a center. Look, here's another thing. Unless you live close to this guy, you've probably never seen his highlights or seen him play. And the reason for that is because he's not a highlight type of player, and his game is quite frankly really boring to watch. It's really boring to watch because just like our previous player, he has an old school game. I also really, and I mean really, don't like him being listed as a center because I think he can convert over to a small forward or a power forward if needed to. As of right now, he's not quite a knockdown shooter, but hopefully he can get to that, and I'm sure he's working on that part of his game. Just like our previous player too, they're very similar. He's great at what he does, but he doesn't do many things. Like I said, he's an old school player. Really reminds me of Shaq, the way he plays. Not his game style, but the way he plays, and he's very dominant, and he's also bigger than our previous player. With the way the basketball game is trending, you gotta be able to shoot. It don't matter what position you're at. And with him being ranked 2nd in the country and not having that many assets to his game, I think it's too high. With that being said, this is why he comes in at number 6 on our list. Coming in at number 5 on our list, we have a Duke commit. He's listed at 6'9", 225 pounds. They have him listed at a center, but I think he could be a small forward or power forward. We have Paulo Banco. Paulo is once again a very interesting prospect to say the least. He's listed as a 97 overall on ESPN, and he comes in as the 3rd best player in his class, which is the class of 2021. Unlike some of our previous players, Paulo's more adapted to the modern game of basketball. For his size and weight, he's very quick, can handle the ball, and he does have a nice touch. In high school for now, he really is a mismatch because Noah can guard him, but at the college and NBA level, I think he's going to be in a weird spot. He's listed at 6'9", so he's not tall enough to be a center, and he doesn't shoot good enough to be a small forward. He can shoot a little, but in the highlight and film I was watching, he doesn't really like to do that because he can just drive to the goal. Out of our previous 2 big men on this list, he's a better scorer than them, but that's also a downside because he doesn't look to pass a lot. I don't know what it is about this guy. You can let me know what you think about it in the comment section, but I just don't know how he's going to fit in at Duke or the NBA. He has a really weird play style, and I don't know any other way to put it. So for those reasons, this is why I got him at number 5 on our list. Coming in at number 4 on our list, we have the most hated player, at least according to him. He's standing at 6'3", 180 pounds, class of 2022. We have Dion Johnson. Johnson is currently listed as the 15th best player in his class, and here's why I think that's too high. I don't think he's a top 15 player because he hasn't played the game of basketball in almost a year or 2 due to so many reasons. 1, he got hurt, and 2, he's transferred like 4 to 5 times. I think he's a top 25 player and could even be a top 10 player, but we haven't seen him play, and when you don't play and when you get hurt, you sometimes get rusty. He also, I'm not going to say he has an attitude problem, but his ego, let's just say it's not the smallest of them all. He has bad, and I mean bad, commitment issues, and this is going to hurt him in the long run, at least in my opinion. I think he's a great player, but just because of many reasons. 1, we haven't seen him play in forever, and 2, just the way he handles things mentally, I don't think he's a top 15 player right now. And for those reasons, this is why it comes in at number 4 on our list. Coming in at number 3 on our list, we have a 6'3", 375 pound point guard, which is pretty solid. He's a 4-star recruit. We have no other than Mr. Issa Silva himself. Silva is ranked as the 52nd best player in the ESPN and also a 4-star recruit, so not bad. And I love this guy, but I think he's ranked a little bit too high, and here's why. He's ranked as one of the top 60 players in the country, which is great, but not a lot of schools have been going after him. And there's a very legit and solid reason for it, so let's get into it. Number 1, although he looks like a great point guard on paper, with being listed at 6'3", which is your ideal build, he doesn't put up the numbers you'd expect him to. He's not going out there averaging 25 points per game, 10 assists, and 10 rebounds. Yes, I understand, those are some crazy stats, but in high school, when you're not playing the best competition, it's not that unrealistic. I also think Silva is a great team player, and I'd love to have him as a point guard on my team, but he needs to look to score more because that's what point guards are supposed to do now. He's shifty and he's smooth, but so is every point guard in the top 100. I think there's many other great point guards that should be listed higher than him, and for that reason, this is why I got him at number 3 on our list. Coming in at number 2 on our list, we have a 6'10", 225-pound power forward. He's listed as a 97 over on ESPN. We have Mr. Patrick Baldwin Jr. himself. Man, this guy has offers from almost everyone in the country, and it's for good reason. He's ranked as the 4th best player in his class, and he's also regarded as the best shooter in the country by many, but I think he's ranked too high, and here's why. Yes, he's an outstanding shooter, which is uncharacteristic of the other players on this list, but I don't see him as an elite dribbler or a good finisher quite yet. Just like I got onto the other guys for being good at driving to the goal and finishing, but not being great shooters, I gotta get onto Patrick for being a great shooter, but not great at driving to the rim and handling the ball. I don't really know another way to say this, but he almost seems awkward out there on the court. The way he moves out there, it doesn't look smooth to me, and that's part of being a great basketball player. You gotta look smooth. I gotta be honest with you guys. I can see why he's ranked high, but not this high. I think he's a top 15 player, not a top 5 player. And for that reason, this is why I got him at number 2 on our list. We've made it to everybody's favorite part on this list, the number 1 player. And if you are new to this channel and you love basketball content, what are you doing? We're on the road to 90K, so hit that subscribe button and leave a like for more. With that being said, let's continue on. Coming in at number 1 on our top 10 most overrated players in high school basketball list, he stands in at 6'3", weighing 180 pounds. We have Mr. Brony James himself. I know, this is gonna be controversial, but hey, it's my opinion. If you don't want to hear it, click out the video. Anyways, moving and continuing on, Bronny's listed as an 89 overall and a 4-star recruit. And as of right now, he's ranked as the 25th best overall player in the class of 2023. Look, I'm not going to try to drag this one out. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Can Bronny be a great basketball player? Yes. Does he have the potential to be? Yes. But he hasn't lived up to it just yet, and we can't rank him off of what we think's going to happen. The dude averaged 5 points per game last year. I understand he came off the bench and was playing for a great team, but even this year, he's only averaging roughly 8 to 9 points a game. And you can go look at it, every single player in the top 100 or 200, they're averaging 25 points per game roughly. Do I think Bronny could be a great player? Yes. And do I think he's a good player right now? Yes, but I just think there's more players that are deserving of his ranking and spot. All I'm gonna say is, if you don't think Bronny's overrated right now, I don't know what to tell you. You just don't understand basketball. There are so many kids out there that aren't even close to being ranked that average 15 to 20 points per game. And it's not like Bronny's crazy tall, like 7 foot. I could understand why. He's 6'3", 180. I can go find one of those players at my local YMCA. Him being ranked 25th, it's just overrated. I don't care what you say. If you disagree, I guess let me know why in the comment section. I'm not going to drag this one out for all those reasons. This is why it comes in at number 1 on our list. Every single player on this list has one major thing in common. They're great basketball players, but they're just a little bit overrated. I know I've stated it a couple times in this video, but this is my opinion. If you don't agree with it, well, guess what? You don't have to. You can make your own video. I'm wishing all these players the best of luck in their basketball career, and I hope they continue to see a lot of success and get better and improve. As always, I'm curious. Let me know in the comment section if you agree or disagree with me, because I'm curious. But hey, man, with all this being said, that's going to wrap up this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned something. If you're new to the channel, what are you doing? Join the family. Hit that subscribe button. I messed up saying subscribe. You know what it is. Anyways, let's be great. I'm out, y'all. Peace.